So I let the phone ring and I'm like laying down. I'm like taking a nap at this point. Like the draft is going on. I was like, you know what, I'll just pick it up. So I like swiped it, picked it up. And I'm like, hello, I got a stink attitude. Like, I'm like, who's this? Like, and it's like, oh, it's Tom Telesco with the Chargers, the general manager for the Chargers. And I'm like, huh? Like, what's going on? You want me as an undrafted? Like, no, we want to draft you. And I'm like, oh, what? I was really scared of my dad growing up.
Sounds like every Polynesian kid growing up.
Oh, not a lot of things I'm scared of, but my dad's hands is like concrete. Like, I don't know what it is about the old timers. They got the hands, like the open hands is harder than the punches. Like I remember another thing that like bigger purchase after my rookie year, besides my dad's truck, I bought myself a moped off of Facebook Marketplace. And
that's your big purchase.
That was my big purchase. Polynesians in the NFL, they don't think of Hawaiians. They think of Samoans and Tongans and big boys. Not the smaller guys. So people look at me like, you can't play just because of the way I look. And you know, they end up finding out. But like, but it's like,
you're gonna learn today.
Yeah, you're gonna learn today. For real. We're gonna get down. So
Velina Mai Kako, welcome to Keep It Aloha, a podcast that keeps it aloha by talking to the youngins about your glory days in sports and how you would have gone to the NFL if you never get hurt. I'm your host Kamaka, and I swear to you, if I never twisted my ankle my senior year of high school, I'd be playing in the NFL right now. We have an electric guest today, but before we introduce him, I gotta remind you to check out keepitaloha.com to buy some KIA merch. Use code KEEPITALOHA to get 10% off. And don't forget to check out our Patreon at patreon.com/kamakadias to become a part of our Patreon Ohana for as little as $3 a month. You can get exclusive behind-the-scenes content and listen to the uncut episodes before they are even released to the public. If supporting us with money is not for you, but you love listening to us, leave a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. It would mean the world to us. All right, let's charge into this episode and introduce our guest. Support for this podcast comes from Texaco in Hawai'i, which features 58 convenient locations across the state. Fueling up at Texaco is fast and easy when you use the Texaco mobile app to pay at the pump. The Texaco mobile app is a contactless way to pay for fuel so you can get in and out of the gas station quickly. Fuel your car and fuel yourself. Pick up your favorite local snacks and ice cold drinks at your neighborhood Texaco today. Texaco at Techron, driving performance. Our guest today is a professional football player from the island of Oahu. This local boy was selected by the Los Angeles Chargers with the 186th pick in the 6th round of the 2020 NFL Draft. After playing almost exclusively on special teams as a rookie, he contributed on defense the next 2 seasons as a third safety. He was then named the starting free safety for the 2023 season, starting 14 games while recording 73 tackles, 3 forced fumbles, and 2 interceptions. And I'm pretty sure 1 touchdown that should have counted.
yeah.
He is inspiring a whole generation of athletes and Hawaii youth to follow their passion and showing them it is possible to achieve your dreams even if you are from a small island in the middle of the Pacific. I am so stoked to talk stories with him today. His name is Alohi Gilman. Aloha, Alohi. Welcome to the Keep It Aloha podcast. How you doing?
Good. Thank you for having me, Kamaka. I'm super grateful to be on here, and I'm excited.
Yeah. First podcast, right?
First one.
Yeah.
I feel like, first Hawaii one too. Like, that one's a little bit more special.
Yeah, definitely. We get to connect and talk about our upbringings and how you get new family members coming out of the woodworks every single day.
coming out the mountains, right?
Yeah. But congrats on getting that bag.
Yeah, thank you.
You earned it. You had a great season. It's amazing just watching the local boys, because we don't have professional sports here.
Right.
So everybody gets behind the professional athletes of Hawaii,
Yeah.
Mariota.
Yeah.
All these people.
Right.
So it's just fun,
It is. It's cool to be a part of it too. It's always funny playing against them too. Like I played against 2 of the last 2 years, and although we want to win, I'm low-key rooting for him. Or I see someone across the field that's from Hawaii, I'm like, let's go. Even though they score or do something against my team, I'm like, but really inside, I'm like, yeah. 808.
No, yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
Because even if I'm a big fantasy guy, so there's my competition. So if I'm playing against a Hawaii boy, I'm like, like, I gotta play against Tua this week. Like, I hope he does okay, but it's not like super good.
Yeah.
So something like that.
That's usually how it goes for me too.
Yeah,
I always laugh when those situations come up because sometimes I'll get caught like on the sideline, like I'll like celebrate for my boy that I know from Hawaii over there, and they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, nothing."
I was just there's a fly.
Where's the water?
Yeah.
I need water.
Well, we have a lot to get into, and I'd like to start at the beginning. Where are you from? Where you grad? And what was it like growing up?
Yeah, so I'm from Laie, a small town on the North Shore or Northeast, whatever you want to call it. I graduated from Koku High School 2015. And, you know, I think a lot of people from Hawaii kind of understands a little bit of our community. Super tight-knit community, close. I wasn't raised with a lot, you know, just like many others, but countryside of Oahu and, you know, just outside playing all the time. Competitive community. I didn't grow up with like a lot of TV and like video games. So I'd say that was a big part of obviously who I am. Kind of a good foundation for me as an athlete and you know, as a person as well, and like culturally and stuff. So no, I think that's a big part of who I am, and obviously being raised by a good family, good parents, taught me a lot of good values.
Growing up in Kahuku, because it's such a small community and very passionate about their football.
Right.
Did you feel pressure? Like you have to make it to the NFL, either from your family or the community members?
No, honestly, no. I mean, I think obviously guys strive to do those things, but you don't really. I feel like honestly, as a kid, you want to win the state championship more than you want to.
That is true.
Then you want to.
You get the parade, everybody lined up on the side of the road. Yeah.
There's some good pros and cons to that, but I mean, that was just the NFL was something I've always wanted to do. Funny story, actually. There's a town, it's like a Chinese restaurant, called Laie Chop Suey, and everyone who's like from the area who went to the NFL, they get to put their jerseys up in there and sign it, and to Uncle Bill is his name.
And that's in California?
No, that's in Laie.
Oh, Laie.
Yeah, in Laie. Okay. And it's a little Chinese shop right in the Laie shopping center. And all the guys who, you know, played the Kenwayatsu brothers, Manti, and many names, Aaron Francisco's, all from our community, they all have their jersey. And I remember I was young and like I wanted so bad, not really to like, obviously I wanted to play in the NFL, but I wanted my jersey up in Laie Chop Suey so bad.
So when I get into the Hall of Fame,
that was like the Hall of Fame of like Laie, Kahuku, like our community. So when I got to do that after I got drafted and after my rookie year, it was like Hall of Fame. Like came back to Uncle Bill, gave him my jersey, I signed it and framed it, put it up there. So it'll be up there forever.
That's hopefully awesome. I gotta stop by next time I'm on that side.
Yeah. Good food too.
Yeah, okay.
Shout out to Uncle Bill.
Awesome. So yeah, you didn't have the video games, the technology. I think you're a couple years younger than me, so we had social media a little older in life. But you were just involved in sports, and to get to where you're at, I'm sure you were always training, camps, traveling, whatever you could do to get to the next level. So did you just not play any video games? You didn't have any friends? Like,
no.
Pokemon was never a thing. Saturday morning cartoons was never a thing. Like nothing at all.
No, I mean I had all those things. I had the you know, the Pokemon, the Beyblades.
Oh yeah, Beyblades. Let it rip.
Yeah, let it rip. The Yu-Gi-Ohs.
Yeah.
Pogs.
Yeah.
I was a Pog hustler.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's how Hawaii kids get addicted to gambling with Pogs.
Yeah. Pogs, that's
the gateway a drug for gambling.
Yeah, I did all of that. I mean, a lot of stuff was competitive. And sports-wise, like, my dad played and he was a coach as well, and it still is a coach. But my parents put me in a lot of things. Like I recommend that honestly to a lot of parents too. Like I played so much sports. Like there would be times I'm playing 2-3 sports at one time. Like, and my mom, she was a dancer, so she put me in hula. She put me in Tahitian. Like, so I was doing a lot of those different things and just like tried everything. So I honestly, it wasn't like one of those guys and kids who were like training at 8 years old and getting up at 4 o'clock with my dad. Like my parents just like let us do everything.
That's awesome.
And it like allowed us to just see everything and see what we liked. And I ended up gravitating to football and ended up going from there.
Nice. When you were doing all the other stuff, like the cultural stuff, did you like that? Because when I went to a Hawaiian immersion school and we had to dance hula, do all these everything. I didn't like it growing up. I just wanted to play sports and play video games.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't like love it, but it was just something that became kind of normal in our community. Like all my sisters did it. Like it was a normal thing for us to dance and to express culturally those ways. And I used to compete.
Oh, and, wow. So you can still get down these days.
I got a little bit. I don't know. It's kind of rusty.
Yeah. The ami still twirls.
It's still there a little bit. But I mean, yeah, so we did a little bit of everything. It wasn't something I loved to do, but my parents kind of forced, my mom kind of forced us to do it, but I'm super grateful that we got to do that,
Definitely.
Looking back.
So after graduating from Kahuku, you had a good career over there in high school. You ended up going to Navy first, right?
Yep.
And Navy. Then what made you decide to go there and then transfer over to Notre Dame?
Yeah. So that's a funny story because I, like coming out of high school, I was all state. Like it's probably the best defensive back in the state. And had a couple offers, and last minute, both of those offers, like they pulled their scholarship.
Oh.
And I was like, man, so I was stuck. I was going to go to the JUCO route, and I wasn't like a high draft pick. And I ended up having, Navy was like a late offer that came in, and I was not a military guy, but I ended up doing it and, did the whole thing there and spent 2 years actually. So I went to the Navy prep school in Newport, Rhode Island, which is in the middle of nowhere. Island boy, had to shave my head. I did all of it.
Really?
Boot camp, I did all of it. Then I went to Annapolis, Maryland and played my freshman year there. But yeah, it was a crazy experience. Like that experience probably was one of the biggest shaping factors of me as a person and, as a player too, but mainly as a person, taught me a lot. But that was one of I call it my accelerated growth phase. For some reason, my path was, I had to go through that situation, and God, gave me 2 years. That was probably the hardest 2 years of my life. But at the same time, I gained so much wisdom in that 2 years. So that's why I kind of say it's an accelerated growth phase. As a person, as a player, as a man, I grew up really fast. But it was one of the greatest opportunities for me now, looking back at it. At the time, it sucked. I hated it. I was calling my mom, this is it. I don't know what I'm doing. I got to get out of here. But, I ended up sticking it out. And eventually I ended up deciding to transfer because I wanted to play in the NFL, really. That was my big goal. And I ended up doing that, transferred to Notre Dame, and the rest was history from there.
So even though you wanted to give up or do something else, maybe your passion or your goal of making it to the NFL was just so much bigger that nothing would have stopped you.
Man,
what motivated you?
It was one of those things I growing up as a kid and then going to Navy and all that, I always just wanted to play at the highest level. So I got to a point where, honestly, when I got to Navy and I did my thing there, I got to a point where I kind of peaked with my peers. And I was like, this isn't gonna push me to the next level. So, and then with some other things, Trump got elected. He changed the rule for academy athletes if you wanted to go play ball right after.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that you had to serve first. And I was like, so I won't even have a shot. Yeah, I was like, yeah, call my dad. I was like, yeah, I'm out. And you know what I mean? So I ended up just taking that path. And people thought I was crazy for that, honestly, because they're like, oh, some of my best friends are, from Naval Academy, and it's a super good career. They're doing so much good things out there in the world and serving, and everything's kind of set. It's planned versus going to the NFL as an island boy from Hawaii who's not the biggest, not the fastest, X, Y, and Z. When I decided to transfer, oh, what do you think you're going to do? Go play in the NFL? And was like, yeah, I'm gonna go do it. And people thought I was crazy, but I believed in myself in that moment, and that's kind of the reason why I just wanted to play at the highest level. And Notre Dame was the next step, and just keep climbing from there.
Well, some of the most successful people have a little crazy in them.
Yeah, I got
I mean, I get it. There's the things that I do, and I tell people I'm gonna do this, and they're like, really, you should just get a regular job.
Yeah, right.
But it's nice when you accomplish it and you can just look back, and not even look back and be like, "Ha, I told you so," or like, "I proved you wrong." It's just more like, I proved myself right.
Right.
Yeah,
that's usually the case. Like I said, like I wanted to play at the highest level. That was, and I still to this day, like I tell people that when they're asking me, like, how long do you want to play? Like, how long do you want to do this? I'm like, I'm gonna keep playing until I feel like the sky is like tapped out. You know what I mean? Where I'm gonna push the ceiling higher and higher until I can't no more.
Yeah.
Or until God tells me otherwise, or hey, you're done. Like that's kind of where I'm at, and whenever I feel that is when I'll be good.
Yeah. So it's really just this personal journey of just betterment and better every single day. It's not about the money, not about the fame. It's just like, how can I be better? How can I get to a point where I keep challenging myself?
Right.
And until that point is reached, then I guess you're good.
Yeah. It's like it's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah.
Because it's like people who are ambitious, people who want to do those things, it's like sometimes it doesn't stop. So sometimes you have to take time to be like, hey, like, I should be present in these moments. But like I'm like one of those guys where like I feel like I can, like I said, push the ceilings. And like I reference actually back to my time at Navy, which was super crucial for me, that accelerated growth phase. Like I found in that time, in like my darkest moments, was the journey of self. Like I really found a deep relationship with myself, which when I, during that time, and then especially after that, it just allowed me to just take me to places where I'm like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like even I can't even do it. Like even now I'm like, what am I doing? Like it's crazy. Like I have to think back at myself and be like, wow. Well, yeah, like that self journey, that personal journey, like I feel like that's way more rewarding, than the money and being in an industry where people are looking at you all the time and judging you this and that. Like that's not satisfying. Like it's the self journey. It's the personal journey that you go on.
See, I feel like everybody needs like a 2-year journey of self, or in some sort of way.
I'm with you on that.
Because you had that. I know like Mormons, they go on their missions.
Yeah.
I was in the Peace Corps. I was in Madagascar for 3 years. Living in the middle of nowhere, no electricity, no running water, stuff like that. And that was like my enlightenment moment of life.
No,
where
I see that.
Where I discovered what I want to do, who I am, all of that, So it sounds like you had a journey similar to that, where it gave you the confidence, because it's like, that was the hardest thing I've ever done. Everything else from here on out is easy.
Right.
That's how I felt. Like I can come back 100%. And I can do whatever I want.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah. So I can totally just see your mindset where you did that. You're like, Notre Dame, easy. NFL, easy. But you can see the vision, but it's hard for other people to see it.
Right.
And it's just,
I like that.
It's just like, I know I can't explain to you all what I see, but I see it. And you guys are just going to have to come along for the ride and watch me do this. And that's how I've always felt since that time.
So crazy that you say that, because like even in my journey, like when I called my dad and I was like, Dad, like after Trump changed the rule, like, Dad, I'm leaving. Like it's my time. Like that's my sign to go. And he was like, you're crazy. Like my dad, this is my dad. He's my coach. He's my trainer. He was like my best friend, my role model. Like he was the one saying, oh, you're crazy, bro. Like you shouldn't do that. Like who do you, like, you know what I mean? That's scary. That's risky. That's a lot. Like that's a lot of factors you have to play in. But like even my closest friends, my closest people were like, oh, you're tripping. Like and I was like, hey, like this is my vision that I see and I can make it happen. But I like that. I like that 2-year journey, like that you said. Like people need to go on that. And sometimes, it just happens situationally, but like, that is like so crucial, like especially nowadays with media and all kinds of distractions in the world. Like the self is so important. Like that'll allow you to be more successful than you think.
Yeah, that's why I love how they do it in Europe. They usually, after you graduate, you have like a gap year where you're supposed to like travel or learn a trade skill or something like that. Whereas, you know, our society is like you graduate, you go to college, or you get a job. Here, maybe you work construction, you do something like that. So it's like you don't have a lot of time away from the environment that you've always been in. Yeah. So, and even if you go to college somewhere else, like you go to college and it's still a structured environment. So until you, I think the like military universities are different because, you know, there's like that discipline aspect where there's a lot of sacrifice and you have to like, it's different than what like a normal university.
100%.
So I just don't think people have that type of like hardship. And I think people need hardship. I think
it's needed.
We have it so easy in a lot of ways these days, like convenience wise, like we're hungry or Uber Eats, right? You know, we're cold, we got a hot shower. Like things are so accessible to us that it creates like these small, what we call like first world problems, and then we forget how hard the rest of the world is. I mean, like I live like 4 hours from the capital. If I'm hungry, I have to go to the market and like cook food. I didn't have a refrigerator, I didn't have a microwave, whatever it is. Sheesh. But then you come here and everyone's like, it's been like 15 minutes I've been waiting for my food. They're taking so long. Or the waiter hasn't come back in 5 minutes and refilled my water. You know, it's like stuff like that we just take for granted.
That's funny too, because I always talk about this with some of my like teammates and stuff and like family. I'm guilty of it too, but like even simple things like, I mean, maybe I guess I kind of did that when I pulled up today. Like, I would text you like, "Hey, like I'm outside." Like I always think about like, when's the last time do people knock on doors anymore?
Yeah.
When you go to someone's house, like you're always like, "Hey, I'm outside."
Yeah.
Or like simple things like when I'm in at work, like with the Chargers, and before practice, there's like a hot tub. You know, everyone's getting warmed up, get the juices flowing a little bit. And I always try to be conscious about leaving my phone, but everyone's in there and like there's like 20 guys in there. We're all in there. I think we're all like this, headphones on. It's just me and like two other guys and talking story, or just me. And I always be like, "Hey guys, like what's up? Like, let's talk. Like, what's going on?" Yeah. But that's such an interesting thing.
Yeah, I think that's what's lost these days. Because one reason I wanted to join the Peace Corps was to disconnect from everything in order to reconnect. You know, reconnect, like have these conversations. That's why I love the podcast, because like we're not on our phones. We're just talking stories, getting to know each other. That's why I go to F45 and we have like the sauna and cold plunge. Yeah. You don't bring your phone inside. I mean, you could, but most people don't. So you're just like talking stories with people. Yeah. And these are the people that I would like work out with inside of the facility, and like we wouldn't really talk because you're just like there for a workout. But then the sauna creates an environment where you're just like getting to know each other, and I love that. It's like the hot tub, except nobody has their like headphones on it. Right. Yeah. So yeah, it sounds like we're similar in that mindset.
For sure.
So you went to Notre Dame, you had a great season. But you, because of like your size, your speed, all, you know how if people are watching this and they're NFL fans, you know how the combine works and everything. That's like, people grade that, like that is the golden standard. If you don't have the craziest number, you don't run the fastest 40-yard dash, whatever, then you're just not going to get drafted highly. So you got drafted in the 6th round, right?
Yeah, sixth round.
And were you expected to get drafted? Were you hoping to go higher?
I was hoping to go higher, actually. I was pretty mad, honestly, at the time. Funny story, because like I thought I was gonna get drafted the second day, which was like the 2nd and 3rd round. So I was like, yeah, I'm definitely like, there's not 10 guys better than me.
Yeah. Like like the Amon-Ra St. Brown, who he can name all the guys.
Yeah.
That got drafted before him.
I don't remember all the guys that I went with, but they were all great players too. But I thought that was gonna happen. I go, day 3 comes around and the 4th round goes by. I'm like, there's no way I'm leaving out the 4th round. 4th round goes by. 5th round goes by. And I remember, funny story, people probably laugh about this. Like, I was literally like outside talking story with my parents, and like everyone's inside watching the TV. Like, I stopped watching.
You're over it.
I was over it. I went upstairs like to my office, my room.
Yeah.
And I literally just sat there like, and I just closed my eyes and I'm like, bro, this sucks. Like preparing to not get drafted. And right before that, the Indianapolis Colts texted me and was like, "Hey, if you don't get drafted, we're gonna try and pick you up as a free agent or undrafted free agent." Like, I'm like, all right, I didn't respond. I'm like, whatever. Then the next after, I'm laying down and the same area code pops up on my phone, and I'm like looking at it, and I was like, Indianapolis. I was like, oh no, like here they are again trying to call me. So I let the phone ring, and I'm like laying down. I'm like taking a nap at this point. Like the draft is going on, and I was like, I'll just pick it up. So I was like, swiped it, picked it up, and I'm like, hello, I got a stink attitude. Like, I'm like, who's this? Like, and it was like, oh, it's Tom Telesco with the Chargers, the general manager for the Chargers. And I'm like, huh? Like, what's going on? You want me as an undrafted? They're like, no, we want to draft you. And I'm like, oh, what? So then I run downstairs, and that's how it all happens. But yeah, kind of went on tangent there. But that was my funny story with the NFL draft.
So were you stoked to go to the Chargers?
I was super stoked. Like I wasn't picky before. Like I'm one of those guys, like I'll play wherever. Like I'll do whatever. I'll hold the tee. Like, if you want me to be the backup kicker, I'll
water boy, whatever.
Right, what do you want me to do? I'll do it. But so I was happy. It was good because I was on the East Coast at Navy, and then I went to the Midwest in Notre Dame. And then I got to be on the West Coast. For the past 4 years, and we'll be here.
Closest to home.
Yeah. It's easy for my family for them to come to games and get that extra support and warm weather. Like I was in the cold, so it was like, so I got to be in the warm. And that was a blessing, but yeah, I was really happy.
Nice. Who was your team growing up?
I didn't have a team.
Oh, okay.
I just I followed players. I just like to keep up on players and have my favorite players. One of my favorite players actually was Eric Weddle
from the Chargers.
Yeah. He's a good friend and mentor of mine actually now. And I like had him up on my wall, like Eric Weddle. He's number 32, like the whole deal. And it was cool that it ended up being that way. And he reached out to me actually right when when I got drafted, which I thought was crazy.
Super cool.
Yeah. So shout out to Eric.
Yeah, I think I was watching some of your highlights last night on YouTube, and I think one of the comments I read was saying something, or maybe it was on Instagram, just reading comments of like you signing. I don't know what it was, but anyways, I think somebody compared you to Eric Weddle because they were stoked that you got signed because there hasn't been like a solid safety since like Eric Weddle. I mean, there's been some solid guys, but like with that intensity,
that's pretty cool.
It's funny, we were just talking off the pod how the cornerback position is this always like black cornerbacks.
Yeah.
I think recently it was this one white guy that got signed last year, this season.
I think last year. Yeah. With the Broncos.
Yeah, and it's not even an exaggeration. It was like it's a legit thing. I remember it's like it coming up on my social media or seeing something, and it's like the first white cornerback or something.
That's true.
But safety, there's always been some solid safeties, especially with the Chargers, Eric Weddle.
For sure. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
And then there's like the poly safeties too. There's a Troy Polamalu, stuff like that. So it's cool. You're in a cool like little niche of NFL players who are just like these killers.
Yeah,
but they don't get a lot of credit in my opinion.
No, for sure. It's like it's one of those things though where like my position, and I've fought this my whole career. Like I'm clean shaven. Like I don't got no tattoos. Like usually if you're Polynesian, there is like, oh, you're someone. Or, where's your tattoos at? Like I'm Hawaiian. Like I don't know any other Hawaiian safeties. I don't know if there was another Hawaiian safety. Maybe
it was Francisco.
Francisco, maybe? I don't even know.
Was he coming to America? Or St. Louis, maybe? Or I don't know.
No, Francisco's Koku.
Oh, cool. Oh, he's cool. Oh, you just said like yeah. I remember he was with the Cardinals at one point.
Cardinals, yeah. So it's like I'm in that that cool niche, but it's also like people don't really know who I am, like what ethnicity I am. Like, is he white? Is he Mexican?
Yeah. Of course, everybody in California is gonna think you're Mexican, right?
Yeah. So I'm like that weird person, and who's always Hawaiian, like, and I rep it because I'm like, there's, especially in my situation, not being 6 feet, I'm not black because, like you said, it's a predominantly black position, like that. It's pretty hard for you if you're not black. Like people, I mean, that might be controversial, but like the look, the perception is what it is. When they look at think of the NFL safety,
Yeah.
my the look does not pop up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Black, you know, tall with the long arms and the tattoos.
Yeah,
and
I think of Ed Reed, like the first
Ed
safety. I
Reed's,
think
like,
Ed Reed.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm in that weird niche as well.
Mhm.
Although I am with the Polynesians, like people are still kind of like, you know. So it's kind of cool too that I was able to, as a Hawaiian, to be able to do this and continue to do it.
Yeah, and usually if you are like a poly defensive person, you're like defensive line, right?
Yeah,
like those are the guys.
Linebacker,
linebacker,
running back.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of small 5'10", 5'11" safeties, local boys, just, you know, running around and doing their thing. So I don't know if there's a lot of guys like in that niche. Like I don't even know if there's a lot of Hawaiians in the NFL. Like Hawaiian
like
bloods.
actual Hawaiian blood. Yeah, because I think Marcus is Samoan. Tua is Samoan.
I know like 3 guys.
Yeah, who else?
It's me, from what I know. Kamu, Cougar Hill.
Oh yeah, he's on the pod. Kamehameha grad.
Kaimi Fairburn.
Oh yeah,
Punahou.
Also, yeah.
And that's the only guys I know.
Oh, okay.
But like DBs, like I'm the only one. So it's like a crazy thing. Like that doesn't happen a lot.
Well, that's why I think it's super inspiring because, you know, representation is everything. So all the young people in Kahuku and the athletes in Hawaii and just people who hope to accomplish something big, it's inspiring because how this local brother from Kahuku make it to the highest level of his profession just from a smaller island. That's awesome.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Do you feel like you have an added pressure to represent Hawaii in a certain way or like Hawaiians in a certain way because of that? Like you are, at least what we can think, the only Hawaiian safety or starter in the NFL besides the other 2 that we mentioned.
Yeah, like it's already a small minority. Like, you know, Polynesians in the NFL, they don't think of Hawaiians. They think of Samoans and Tongans and big boys. Not the smaller guys. So it is cool to be a part of that. It doesn't have any added pressure though. Like I don't put pressure on myself to do it, like to be the representation for it. But I definitely I take pride in it. Like my journey was a lot harder because of those things. Like I'm not black. I don't run a 4.3. I'm not 6 feet. Like all of those things, everywhere I went and in the league, and people look at me like, you can't play just because of the way I look. And you know, they end up finding out. But but it's like,
you're gonna learn today.
Yeah, you're gonna learn today. Like, for real. You're gonna get down. So I mean, that's just kind of how it happens. But I don't take no added pressure. Like I'm just happy to be a part of it and be a trailblazer, I guess, in that space.
Yeah, I know you're here visiting the islands because you're helping with a camp, right? Or some sort of training thing.
Camp with my dad. My dad's doing like a spring break training for some kids who's signing up and learning from him.
Nice, yeah. So I mean, you're already starting to give back, and you're still only a couple years in the NFL. This is going on year 4?
5.
You just finished year 4.
Yeah,
year
5. 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been cool. I've been able to do some cool things the past few years. Like I did a free camp last year on our side in Koku, at Koku High School. 3 years ago, I did another one at Farrington. It was like 400 kids. So I was able to do some cool things, but it is cool to be back at home and actually be around the kids because when I come home, like I don't feel like I'm a celebrity. Celebrity. Like I just put on my surf shorts and like walk to the beach and like people are like, oh, it's Alohi, and I'm just like, oh, what's up? Like, but when I'm home, like, you know, kids like, oh, yeah, NFL player, and I'm like, oh yeah,
because that is like being an A-list celebrity in like mainland America.
Right.
Because we don't have celebrities here, so the athletes are these celebrities. So in Hawaii terms, you're like an A-list, and you're not just like a bench player.
Yeah,
you know, you're actual starter. We see you on TV. You see the highlights. You have a mic'd up.
Yeah.
You know,
mics are cool.
So I mean, I think that's why there's like all this respect and admiration for you. Because you seem super cool. I mean, laid back, island boy.
Yeah.
Where do you go when you're playing the games? I mean, do you just turn something on where you're just like kill or be killed?
It's a
Aloha
switch.
until
Yeah.
I'm standing across of you, kind.
It's a switch, honestly. Like, I'm super cruise during the week. Like, even in practice, like, I'm dialed in, but I'm not like uptight. Like, I'm just doing my thing. Like, and I'm crafting on my stuff, preparing the right way. But like when I get to the game, like it's almost like a ritual almost where like I listen to like reggae music, R&B. Like I'm not like, but as it goes and literally until I put the helmet on and like strap it up. And I think that kind of goes back to my dad. Like my dad kind of taught me that. Like once you stick back then, you actually had to like buckle them in. Nowadays they have like all these, fancy technology. But
oh really?
Like you can just like slide it up.
Oh, okay.
But like now, once you strap it in, like it's like a switch. So I think growing up doing that for years and then going to, in the NFL, it's a switch, but it's like for me, it was or is like kind of a fight or flight thing. Like, kind of that, that survival mode, back against the wall kind of deal. Cause that's been my career. Like I've been that guy back against the wall with
only
nobody.
Special team player.
Yeah, only a special teams player, only this, only that. Like I've been that guy just against the wall and people telling me and alone. People telling me I'm crazy that I left Navy. People telling me I'm this. You're crazy for this. Who do you think you are? You're not this and that. And I'm like, all right, like so I'm back against the wall and it's me and I'm gonna go get it. So that's kind of usually what happens.
Yeah. I love that. You got that Mamba mentality.
Oh yeah, you got to.
Yeah. I saw a stat after you signed. I think the Chargers might have shared it, where you led the league in breakup completion or something. Did you see that? Or what was it? It was some stat or like top 10 or something.
Yeah. I was up there. I was up there in a lot of categories actually. I think overall, like I was like a top 5, top 7, I think. But there are some categories like pass deflection or pass coverage rate. I think I was.
I remember it was like 40% or so. That's what I can't remember what it was. I should have screenshotted it.
I can't either.
Yeah, but I mean, just giving you the lays.
Yeah. Shoot.
Is the goal to make it to a Pro Bowl? Like
that is,
and win a Super Bowl. Like what are the goals in the NFL besides just like being better, playing at the highest level?
Yeah, I have individual goals. Being a Pro Bowler is definitely up there, and that'll be in the works. So maybe next year it'll be there. So that's the next. I'm the NFL is hard because when you get money involved, it becomes difficult.
I mean, it's a business.
It's a business.
That's what we hear all the time.
Well, for me, like, I'm a sore loser. Like, I want to win. So, like, I don't know. Maybe I feel like Hawaii boys can, Hawaii people in general.
Yeah.
Like, I think we're like sore losers.
Well, we're warriors.
Yeah.
Losing meant you died.
Yeah, like that's not an option. So, I want to win. Like that's a big thing. Like, and I kind of try to play that into effect with my free agency too. Like teams that were offering me, like I want to go to a place that's winning or go in that direction. Yeah. So, yeah, definitely, playing in the Super Bowl would be a dream. Like, I would take less money to go, play in the Super Bowl. Like, that'll be, you can't replicate that.
Yeah,
it's the highest of the high. Like I said, like I wanted to play on the highest. Like that's the top. So, being a Pro Bowler, going to the Super Bowl is definitely up there.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm rooting for the Chargers. I'm not a Chargers fan, but I always root for the Chargers because I like the players.
Yeah.
And of course, you also got to root for the Hawaii boys.
Yes,
you guys got, well, actually, let me get into the social media fan questions because a lot of these questions, like about football and like the new coaches and stuff. Some people ask that. So
let's do it.
I usually take a quick shishi break, but let's just go right into this. How's your shishi levels?
Good.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm good
solid,
right now. Yeah,
solid.
Yeah. So we'll go straight into it because we have a lot. You have a lot of fans out there. Okay, these are the social media fan questions presented by Texaco in Hawaii. The first question comes from the Beard Kid 85, who's a big Chargers fan. He lives over here, one of my friends. He asked, favorite Chargers teammate, both up.
Oh, man. Favorite Chargers teammate that I've been, whether they're here with me or not.
Yeah.
Either one. I played with Michael Davis. He was a undrafted guy who actually went to BYU. He just signed. He was a free agent now, so he just signed with the Commanders, the Washington team. So
he went with Eckler.
Yeah, with Eck, but he's definitely one of the guys. I played with him for 4 years, and we've been grinding together. So he's probably a big one for me.
Okay, cool. Super random. I won this like meet and greet with Austin Eckler 2 seasons ago.
That's
because
so
I follow him on Instagram, and he does a lot of things for the fans, fantasy and all of that. So I remember somebody tagged me in it, and I just tagged somebody and entered, and then I got tagged in a video saying like, "Yo, Kamaka Diaz, you won the whatever." So me and a couple of my boys, we got to talk with him for like 15 minutes.
That's solid.
And then that was right after the season when you guys almost made it to the playoffs, but it was the Raiders game, I think.
Raiders game, the double overtime.
Yeah, the double overtime, and then it looked like it was good. They were gonna tie it, and then you guys ran it or something like that. I forget what happened to this point, but we were asking him about that too.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, but yeah, he's one of my favorite players.
He's the best. I love Eck.
Next question comes from Kimberly_Ray_. What's your pregame regimen?
Pregame regimen? Shoot, I mean, I guess I kind of went through it. I'm not a big hype guy. I'm super cruise. I'm listening to reggae music, to R&B, soul music. I got a whole regiment. I do it in like a hot tub. I have a chiropractor. I have my own warm-up routine. A lot of guys, they go out pregame and like do some stuff on the field. I'm not one of those guys. Like, I'm inside. I don't want to like spend too much energy. But yeah, that's kind of my deal. I don't have nothing too crazy, but just like a slow routine that gets me going. And like I said, once it goes on and the helmet's on, it's over.
What about like nutrition? Like, what do you eat the night before, the morning of?
Right. I mean, night before, it's changed over the years. I used to, a lot of people used to do like, the pasta and all that.
I remember that for football.
Yeah.
Coaches always say, eat spaghetti.
Yeah. Like, I'm not big too much into that no more. Like, I eat a lot of sweet potato night before, or maybe some type of other protein. But morning of, I eat a lot of fruits. I'm a fruits guy. Like, I eat fruits a lot, but it's like natural sugars that allows me to, natural energy without all the other added stuff that goes into everything else. I don't do like the crazy drinks or like pregame powders or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm a fruits guy. Watermelon, mango.
Okay. Top 5 fruits off the top of your head.
Oh, mango.
That's hard.
Guarantee mango.
Oh, good thing you had the mango hibiscus.
Yeah, mango's for sure up there. That's God's fruit right there. Mango. What else? There's a lot of fruits, bro.
Yeah, I
eat a lot of watermelon. So
yeah, that's good.
Watermelon.
I love watermelons. Okay, so like if you had to go to a deserted island, you could only have 5 fruits.
Okay.
What would it be?
Easy. Mango, watermelon, strawberries,
okay.
blueberries. I like berries. And then one more. Probably has to be something more like exotic or something like
soursop or something.
Yeah, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
Or like mountain apples or something.
Okay. Yeah, mountain apple.
Me and my grandma used to eat that growing up.
Nice. I think I gotta throw lychee in mine.
Lychee, ooh, that's
mango, lychee, probably coconut.
Is coconut a fruit?
I think so.
Oh yeah, you gotta go coconut.
Well, see, I think I would go watermelon or coconut. This is deserted island thinking.
Yeah.
Because like if I need the water, right?
You need the water.
Yeah. So watermelon is super refreshing, and then coconut, you get the water inside that. So one of those. But yeah, lychee. Probably banana.
Banana.
I eat a banana almost every day.
Banana's good for you.
But yeah, I remember people have asked me this question before. This is like the random stuff we talk about in Peace Corps. Just but I think my answer always changes. But I think mango's always in there, lychee's always in there, and I think maybe banana or coconut. And then the 4th and 5th one always changes.
Yeah.
It's
a good question.
Top 3 artists. Oh, sorry. This comes from _Tony Kota. This person says top 3 artists you listen to on game day.
Top 3 artists? Probably, like I said, bro, I'm cruising. So I'm not even I listen to like Anthony Hamilton, soul. So he's a soul singer. Anthony Hamilton. I listen to reggae, not hard reggae, smooth reggae.
Not like dub, like that kind.
All kinds of that. I don't know if I have like top.
Okay. What about country reggae like Maoli?
I listen to Maoli, but not on game day.
Not on game day.
Not country Maoli.
Yeah.
Or maybe old Maoli. Old Maoli. The old
I remember seeing a meme recently. It's like this guy super tough. It's like what people think I'm listening to, and it's like maybe some like rap songs, and it's like what I'm actually listening to, and it's like a country song or something.
That happens a lot.
Because I like country music. I have 2 songs that I listen to. It's "Till You Collapse" by Eminem. That's my go-to game day song.
That's a good one.
And then on like the more cruise one, it's "Streetlights" by Kanye West. This is old school Kanye.
Yeah, old Kanye.
Yeah. Okay.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. Next question comes from Tua_Tafiti. This person says, on your first day in the NFL, how did your teammates treat you?
Oh man, my experience was weird because I came in during COVID year. So
2020.
When I got there, like, there was all the rules. So it was like we could talk story like out on the field and stuff, but when we got to our locker rooms, like our lockers was like spread apart and it was weird. So I really just hung out with like my the rookies, the guys that I came in with, and a couple guys from Notre Dame. But the vets was a little weird. Like they didn't really like, they probably thought I was undrafted. They probably even know who I was, like one of those like sign up.
He'll be out here in a couple months.
Kind of guys. And then eventually, like once we started playing real ball, they're all like, "Oh shoot," and they started talking to me more.
Yeah. That's kind of how it goes. Even in like high school and whatever.
Earn your stripes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. Next question comes from Mark Cunniella O'Connell 21. He says, what Notre Dame game or situation made you realize you were NFL bound?
I don't know about situation. I think one of the biggest things that allowed me to like know I was could play on the highest level was my first game. So when I transferred to Notre Dame, I had to sit out. This is the pre-portal days.
I remember reading about that.
I had to sit out a year and finally got to play in 2018, I believe. And my first game was against Michigan. And it was my free Alohi game. It was like a hashtag. Super cool. It was a green out. It was a night game. My first game back. And I went crazy. Like I was batting down balls, getting TFLs, like some crazy, like a 4th down stop, like, I had like 10 tackles plus. Nice. My family was all there. So, but that game was like, I prepared for a year and I got that moment and I killed it. And I was like, yeah, I'm ready. Yeah.
Just to know that you could compete against a team like Michigan, right?
Yep.
Yeah. What are they, Big Ten?
Big Ten, yeah.
Yeah, Big Ten. Yeah. And what year was that? Like 20? That was 2018, 2019? 2018.
Was that my first game?
Who was playing? Who was your quarterback?
My quarterback?
Yeah.
We had Brandon Wimbush.
Oh, I don't even.
Yeah. And he ended up getting benched for Ian Book.
Okay, I remember Ian Book because he got drafted to the Saints.
Yeah. Shout out to Wimbush and Book. Though. Those are both of my guys.
Awesome. And then who was on the Michigan side? Who were the top players?
They had the quarterback. What was the quarterback name? He ended up transferring though. They had some good players like Rashawn Gary.
Okay.
Packers.
Yeah.
Packers. They had a really good defense. They had this big tight end. I forgot his name. He was like 6'8".
Yeah. They're in the NFL?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rashawn Gary's with the Packers.
Yeah.
Really good.
Heard his name before.
There's a bunch of guys on that squad.
Yeah. But that was a couple years before they were like how they are now, right?
Yeah. They were like
Harbaugh was still there though.
Harbaugh was there.
Yeah. So, okay, this next question comes from Hane. It's like 3 Y's.
What's up?
Is he looking forward to incoming head coach Jim Harbaugh? Also favorite NFL safety.
Thank you for the favorite. I'm excited. Yeah. He's a winner. He's a no-nonsense guy. Does well with coaching and has like a really good foundation, which I think in the NFL you need. You need that like solid foundation to be able to take teams and build them. So I'm excited for that.
Are you kind of intimidated by him, or were you ever intimidated?
Nah.
No.
At least where I'm at now.
Yeah.
Maybe if I was
you're
like
a rookie.
my rookie or my second year, I'd be like, oh, I don't know. But now I'm like, it's a business, and you want the best situation. Like, you want hard coaches like in the league.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want it to be easy. You want it to be challenging, because if you want to play and you go to the Super Bowl and beat the Chiefs, you got to beat those guys. At least we do twice.
I know. You guys are in a tough division.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, we're gonna get there. I'm telling you.
Hey, you gotta pick on Mahomes though, right?
I did. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, no matter
that was my first one too.
If your career ended today, you could say you picked off the greatest quarterback, one of the greatest quarterbacks. Okay. Yeah, Harbaugh. I mean, last time he was in the NFL, he went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I mean,
he's a winner.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question comes from. Where am I at? Let's see. Show some skin. If he could change one decision he made ever in life, what would it be?
One decision. I mean, that's a hard one. Like, I'm a big believer in, like, things happening for a reason. God's plan for me, and in those times that were hard, I was like, this sucks. But looking back, it was the best thing for me. So I don't have a thing that I regret. Everything aligns for the right things. But I do think one thing, like I was saying, is a blessing and a curse. Like, just being able to be more present was something that I've had to work on, because I'm just like a go-getter. I want to keep going and pushing, where you forget to take time to just sit back and relax and be like, I'm here. I'm grateful. I'm blessed to be in this situation. I got to embrace all of this. Like, I talk to that with my brother a lot. My brother plays at Utah now. So just being present. That's for anything. That's not just,
that's hard. Even in business.
Yeah, business. You know, like it's for everything. That's hard nowadays. But I try my best to do that.
Yeah, one thing that I has been a big thing for me over the last year or so was trying to find peace, because I feel like life is so chaotic and you're so busy with all these other things. And when I was talking to Jordan, the other podcast producer, on like our 100th episode, he was saying that peace can be seasonal. And then I think back to like back in the Hawaiian days, right? They had makahiki, where you're just at war the whole year, and then there's this like time where you're just at peace, you're relaxing, you're hanging out, eating food, playing games. So I feel like some people like us who are like in these intense seasons of life where you're just hustling, grinding, whatever, it's hard to like kind of just like sit down and just enjoy it, because you're just like, okay, what's next? Especially when you got games every week, you know, like I got podcasts every week, I got all these exciting things happening. It's hard to just be like relax and not do anything. Yeah. Right. But then you got to think like it's seasonal. You sometimes you can't be present as much as you'd like to. Right. You gotta just be in that different mindset. And then there's times like right now, off season. Yeah. You can be a little bit more present. Definitely. You can find that peace. You know, it's makahiki season. Yeah, it is. So go chill, hang out at the beach. Stuff like that. So that was an interesting perspective that I got from that conversation. Love that. What's Roy Z View ask, what things you experience in Cali that make you, what are things, they might be missing a word. What are some things you experience in Cali that make you miss home?
Probably the water. I surf out there when I can, but it's so cold, so I gotta wear a wetsuit. Yeah. So that makes me miss home. Probably the food too. Yeah, I like eating fish, so I mean, there's good spots.
They got poke bowls over there?
Poke? Yeah, they do got poke. But I don't eat their poke bowls. But I was able to get my fixes here and there from actually a Hawaii brother, Chef Gene. He's from Maui, actually. Oh, okay. Solid. This place in Costa Mesa called Ipono Cafe.
Oh, I've seen that on Instagram.
Yeah, it's one of my good friends too. Now he's been taking care of me. He helps me take care of my Hawaii fixes.
Nice. He got your jersey up on the wall too.
No.
You gotta start that.
No, none of that. No need jersey. But yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. The next time I ever go there, I gotta stop by.
You should.
Yeah, I've seen people post about it. That's why. Yeah. Next question comes from VSav3A. This person says, "How can I get noticed more for recruitment?"
That's a good question. My dad is actually really good. And I'm not trying to be biased here, but my dad's really good. He's put my sister who played soccer in college, my other sister who played water polo, me, my other brother who got recruited and committed to Stanford. Now he has grad transfer at Utah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have my other brother who's an 8th grader right now. But he's worked with a lot of people. I mean, the biggest thing, obviously you have to have film. So you have to be able to master your craft, buy into that. And, the film is the biggest recruiter. So I can't commit, guarantee a scholarship just based off your social media posts. Yeah, word of mouth. Like your film is it. But, I think there's a lot of people out there that can help. But ultimately it's up to you to grind and to commit to your craft before you can go out there and put it out there for coaches.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't get drafted to the NFL because I didn't have film.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
Oh,
the ankle. It was the ankle.
Oh, it was the ankle. But then I thought it was the ankle, but it's because I didn't have film.
Yeah.
We didn't have like the cell phones we had back in my days. We didn't have
That's
what it was.
It's all good. In your next life.
Yeah, my next life. But thanks for making me realize that. It makes me feel better now.
It's all good. I'm glad you realized it.
Yeah.
Face the truth.
I know.
Peace.
Peace is coming. Kaluhia asks, best memories growing up in Laie. Always a special place.
Oh, yeah. Laie is special. We used to have this thing called Laie Days, and it was like a 3-day event, and we'd play like basketball tournaments and volleyball tournaments. Now they have pickleball tournaments.
Oh, nice.
But it's at the BYU Cannon Center, like the gym there, and it's literally all night. So it'd be like 5 p.m. to like 5 a.m.
Wow.
So you literally go and play all night, and they blast music. The community provides food for each other. So literally I'll be a little kid just like running around the gym, and there's like whole tournaments going on, and they give you like free cocoa bread and cocoa and rice. Or I'm messing up. Cocoa and bread, and just food and stuff. And then like the next day they'll have movies all night. So they have a big projector and all the community can come.
Oh, that's so cool.
So yeah, it was a cool experience for sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's like they're Merry Monarch or something.
Yeah. It's our mini I don't know, hangout session, Merry Monarch.
Awesome. That's super cool. Isaac.Mendez07 asks, what's something you hope to accomplish next season? Personally, being a Pro Bowler. That's something that I'm going towards. I'm shooting for it, and I think if things align right for me, it'll be a good product. I think as a team, winning the division for sure. We got to beat Mahomes twice, and that's hard. So. Wait, why are you laughing? Like, we hear that laugh.
Yeah, hey, watch the smirks over there.
Watch them prove you wrong. Everybody actually loves rooting against Mahomes. Yeah.
Yeah, so we gotta get over those guys and the Swifties and all that. So
they got the extra support now.
They gotta take them out. But yeah, and then after that, obviously going to the playoffs and going farther.
Yeah, because you've never been to the playoffs.
I've been once. My third season, we played against the Jaguars. Oh. And yeah. I've been through some stuff, with the Chargers. I
forgot about that.
Bro, with the Chargers, I've been through the ups and downs. For all the fans out there, I've been there. It hurts.
If it hurts you, just imagine how much it hurts them.
It hurts, but we're on the up.
Oh, that was you guys were like 10-6 that season? Or?
Yeah, 10-6 or 10-7.
10-7, yeah.
Went to the playoffs wild card. I started that game too. My first playoff start. And we won't talk about the rest.
Yeah, we won't talk about the rest. If you watch the Falcons versus Patriots Super Bowl, it's
reference.
Similar to that. Hey, but it's possible. You guys get. I mean, great quarterback. Like I feel like that's the foundation of a good team. Like with a great quarterback, great head coach. You just fill in the pieces. Yeah, I think it's possible. Okay. This person says, or Chargers _ both up 10 says, when are we getting the live DJ sessions again? I don't know what that means, but you can tell me.
I think it was like 2 years ago on my bye week. I like picked up a DJ mixer, spin music, And I started doing that every day on live because I was like, it's bi-week. Like, I'm going to pick up a new hobby.
That's cool.
So I just picked it up when I started doing my DJ sessions, and like all the fans would be on there with me. Just, like,
that's so cool.
hanging out and stuff. Yeah. It was really kind of stupid, but when I look back, it was fun. Yeah. It was fun.
So when are we getting it again? Next bi-week?
I don't know. I'll say we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe in the summer or something. Okay. Maybe training camp. I'm gonna bring it out and then training camp. Like,
okay, nice.
Put it in the locker room and like have my teammates join me.
Nice. Oh, okay. This is a random question. What was your first like big boy purchase?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I bought a truck for my dad.
Okay.
After my rookie year. Well, just a Ford F-150.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
They got the Lightning now, the electric one.
Yeah, they do. I want one of those. I don't have that. But yeah, I bought a truck for my dad. I'm not a big spender. Like I'm a typical Hawai'i boy.
Yeah,
like,
we don't need much.
I don't need much. I use all the issued gear. People send me some cool gear. I'll use that. Like I remember another thing that like bigger purchase. After my rookie year, besides my dad's truck, I bought myself a moped off of Facebook Marketplace. And
that's your big purchase.
That was my big purchase. And I bought it and I used to ride it. This is in California. That's where I do my training. And I used to ride it to my like where I trained.
Yeah. And
all my teammates would laugh at me or my friends that I trained with, and they're like, "What are you doing?"
Was that a noisy one too?
It was like a 2010. It was an orange moped called Creamsicle. And so I used to pull up on the Creamsicle every day.
It's so
It was
funny.
classic. It died on me though.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to Creamsicle.
R.I.P. to Creamsicle. Oh, that's classic. Well, any mopeds in the future, you think? Or
I don't know.
Upgraded from that?
Yeah, I might need to upgrade. I might get a jet ski. Maybe that would be my next one. I always wanted a jet ski for some reason.
Do you have somewhere to jet ski?
Over there?
Yeah.
No, I'll just probably keep it over here. Keep it over here with my family.
Okay.
They can jet ski.
That's funny. Where do you jet ski on that side? Just anywhere?
Anywhere. You can go like Hale'iwa Harbor.
Oh, Hale'iwa. Yeah.
Ali'i's, or you can go anywhere on that side.
Yeah. Okay. That's funny. Okay. Next question comes from Darren Shiroma. This person asks, what's the best way to live aloha when you're off island? Like, how do you keep grounded?
Ooh, that's a good question. I surf. So I've been surfing pretty much my whole life. So my family's water people.
Oh, nice.
So even when I'm in California, blessings that I've been able to be out there. I try to go out there, even if I don't even get in the water. Like I just go and ground it over there. And I eat at Aipono Cafe in Costa Mesa, California. Good food.
What is your order over there?
No poke bowls.
Yeah.
Chef is really good. His mahi is really good.
Oh, okay.
And he has this like Thai garlic shrimp too. That's probably the go-to. But yeah.
So anything that just makes you think of home. Yeah. Getting in the water, eating the food here.
That's probably it.
What's your food choice when you come here? Like, what's the first thing you get when you come back?
Bruh. I feel like it's changed over the years too.
Really?
I start appreciating, like, every year it's like a new thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, for some reason, like, when I first left, it was like, I want Portuguese sausage. Like, and then the next year is like, I want poke. Like,
okay.
You know what I mean? Sushi, like, so just like random stuff that just pops up.
Yeah. There's this all you can eat sushi place in Waikiki that opened up last year at some point. Kan Sushi. You like sushi? All you can eat for $28 lunch, and then I think dinner was like $38. But all you can eat.
All you can eat?
Yeah. Oh, by telling you guys right now, sometimes we go after the podcast. We go to Gen or Gen. I don't know how you say it.
Yeah.
It's in Alamana. $20 all you can eat Korean barbecue. $20.
Heavy though.
You get like 20 briskets, like 20 platters of briskets, and then other stuff as well. But it's up until 3 p.m.
That's solid.
So if you're on Oahu, that's the deal.
That's the deal.
I know. Yeah. So
one thing about
check that out.
Hawai'i people, bro, they love buffets. We grind buffets, bro.
And you know that girl Marcella, she was a recent episode.
I've seen that.
She's so funny. She call them buffet.
Buffet.
You like buffet? Come my house.
Oh, bro.
The buffet.
Buffet.
I've been calling it buffet.
Buffet. I like that.
Yeah. No, because we cheap, but we love our food.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. That's why we love the buffet.
The buffet is the good combo.
Yeah. Watch. Now you can get that stuck in your head. You're going to go back. People are going to be thinking, why is Alohi saying buffet?
Buffet. Sheesh.
Okay. Last question comes from Nick SDH. This person says, Hawaii versus mainland poly experience. Big poly community in Cali, but diff, I bet.
Yeah, it's different.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for people who know, like being raised here, culturally is a lot different than being in the mainland. It's just how it is, the culture, the values. Like I've been in LA for the last 4 years. Like it's a whole different world. Like the city, the way people treat each other, talk to each other, everything. It's just different. And I mean, there's no right or wrong. Like there's no like hurt against them, but when you're from Hawaii, like, or from the islands or the Samoa or whatever, like you're raised different, and that's just how it is. Like even for guys who are Polynesians in the NFL, like versus guys who are Polynesians from Hawaii and in the NFL, there's a difference when I talk to them in games and all that.
Yeah. Do you find it harder to connect with people who aren't ethnic, as in like they have some sort of like, not even just Polynesian, but even like Mexican, even African American has their own culture. Because for me, when I travel, like when I was in the Peace Corps, when I just travel to, the continental US, I feel like I gravitate more towards people who have some sort of like cultural identity, like we do in Hawaii.
For sure. I mean, I say I'm similar. That's why one of my friends that I was talking about on the team, Michael Davis, he's a half black, half Mexican.
So, interesting.
But he like speaks fluent. Like he was raised with his mom. Was like a single mother, and like he speaks fluent, Spanish, and like or Mexican, and he like is embodied in that. Like he goes to Mexico every year. He was raised in there for parts of his childhood, so that's why we're really close. Yeah. We kind of like come from that same situation. But yeah, I'd agree with you.
Yeah, one of my best friends in Peace Corps, he's Mexican too. Yeah. So and I studied Spanish as well. Yeah. So we're able to
that's cool.
Connect with like the Ohana culture. Yeah. There's certain tendencies that you have, but yeah, that's one thing that I notice when I leave Hawaii. Yeah. Like I prefer the minority, I guess.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I think most people who are from home, like they can kind of relate. We just gravitate to those people who are more genuine, real, respectful, like
the oppressed people. That's what we like. Yeah, we love the oppressed people. That's our brothers and sisters. Kukia'i mauna.
Kukia'i mauna. Still going strong.
All right. Well, hello everybody for the Instagram questions. Make sure you leave some for our next guest, and maybe a question will make it on the podcast. We'll take a quick shishi break and we'll come right back.
Right on.
Immerse yourself in the underwater wonders of Hawaii's marine life with Hawaii Ocean Charter's hands-on guided snorkeling tours. Whether it's your first time falling in love with Waikiki or you're rediscovering its beauty just like me, there is no better way to see it than from the ocean. Personally, it was one of the best things I have done this year. I got to snorkel with some turtles and fishes, and I was able to catch the coolest sunset over the water. Conveniently located in Kaka'ako with online booking and live availability, finding the perfect day on the water couldn't be easier with them. Ride in style on their unique and well cared for power catamaran that offers all the amenities you need. Locally owned and operated, their friendly crew lives for sharing their love for the ocean with others. Sunset cruises, guided snorkeling tours, whale and dolphin watching, coastal sightseeing, and fireworks shows are among the tours their guests love the most. Use code KIA50 to get $50 off of your next charter. Are you looking for a game that's guaranteed to make you laugh at your next party? You need to check out Moat Gabs, the newest card game designed right here in Hawaii for locals by locals. Race against the clock as you read seemingly random phrases that sound like gibberish at first, like Pio Gold Mango, or Heat Wood Go, or something like Male Lay Cow Liki Maka, until you figure out the local phrase. Mele Kaliki Maka, Eddie Would Go, and Pickle Mango. Each card has phrases that could be a person, place, or thing, but any local should know them. they just might not understand it at first. Moat Gaps, the fun kind game where you read the gibberish out loud to decode the local phrase. All right, we're back from a quick shishi break. Mahalo to Shaka Tea for providing the best quality shishi in town.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I switched to lemon rolls. I just drank what did I have? Pineapple mint before that. You like them? Yeah, it's good.
I like it.
Yeah, I'll give you some to take
Mango
home.
hibiscus.
Yeah. I've been drinking the passion orange guava one too.
That one's good. I'm going to have to try the other ones.
Yeah, I'll give you a bunch to take home. You go on a long drive. Just don't drink too much because I don't know if they get restroom stops on the road. We have to go side of the road.
Yeah. Swansea Beach Park, Ka'awa.
Okay, so I like to ask all of my guests when we come to the back end of the podcast about keeping it aloha. It's the name of the podcast, and it's something that I strive to do every single day. So in your life, how do you keep it aloha?
Yeah, that's a good question because I feel like aloha could be a lot of different things to a lot of different people. So I don't know if there's like a right or wrong answer, but like I guess for me, I try my best to be genuine, and that's like genuine and real. Like the best leaders I've been around are like genuine people. So for me, it's showing that aloha is showing people that I care, like genuinely, and not out of any intentions to gain for myself. And I feel like that's been something that I'm really proud of myself doing throughout my career and on my time, is because no matter what the situation may be, winning, losing, money, contracts, like the impact that I've had on people was more rewarding. And so yeah, I guess keeping aloha is living
an authentic
life, an authentic life that is true to you, and something that resonates with you without having to be duplicated or like having to, live off of something, an identity, but truly being yourself. So I think that's where I stand with that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, you're doing it at the highest level as well. But if you weren't doing that, what do you think you'd be doing?
That's a good question. It was my plan A and my plan B, which why people would probably think I'm crazy too. But I don't know.
USFL it is then. It does. And if not that, Canadian Football League. If not that, Arena Football League.
That's not the highest. I can't do that. I don't know what I'll be doing. I think something in the service space or something that's purposeful to me. I think that's kind of who I am, a guy who wants to do things with the right intentions and with purpose. So if it's something I don't feel like is purposeful, it'd probably be a little challenging. But yeah.
Okay. I guess my question, when I should change them, is if you weren't playing NFL and you're living here, how high would your lift kit be on your Toyota Tacoma?
Bruh. That would be far back. I don't even know, bro.
What is your dream car?
Dream car?
Besides the creamsicle, moped from Facebook Marketplace.
Bro. Ford, bro, I'm not even like a car guy. Like, it sounds so Hawai'i, bro. But just a truck is good for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, a jet ski.
Jet ski. Just put some wheels on top. Ride them like on four-wheeler.
I don't know if you can lift that one.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can lift.
Yeah, you could get air.
Get air
on the water.
Is there a foil jet ski now?
Oh, yeah. Have you got into foiling by chance?
I haven't.
Everybody's into that.
I know.
What do you ride?
My dad wants to. I've been riding a lot of stand-up paddleboarding, but
okay.
Recently, but I've done everything really.
Do you prefer shortboard, longboard?
I grew up doing a lot of shortboarding, and then I got into longboarding my teenage years as I was getting bigger and playing football.
Yeah.
Then I started doing more paddleboarding. So I do more paddleboarding than anything.
Okay, so
stand up. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. I'm a longboarder.
Yeah.
I just went the other day. It's been pretty good actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. You just got in, so you haven't got to surf yet. But you planning to go soon?
Yeah, I got to.
Yeah.
I got to. I'm here.
Yeah. Where do you go? What's your spot?
I mean, I'm on the North Shore, so used to go like growing up a lot. We'd always go to like Hawai'i's, Chun's Reef, the fun break. Not too crazy, but you know, soul surfer waves. I'm not trying to go and
die,
get too intense out there, bro. Mother Nature, bro, is gonna get you. But I'm soul surfing right now.
Yeah, I say I don't need it higher than like head high.
Yeah,
slightly overhead is like I'm chilling.
Yeah,
like that's big for me.
Yeah,
I don't need to be surfing pipe or
Waimea. No, none of that.
Yeah.
You can have that.
We're just trying to cruise.
Yeah, cruise.
Yeah.
Keep it aloha.
Just keep it aloha. Keep it aloha means just to cruise
you know, on the waves.
Get a couple steps on top, fall off maybe.
Couple little bit.
Yeah. Take 1/2 step, come back.
Yeah.
Cheat forward. Cheat them a little bit. That's all. Pull into the 1-inch barrel.
Grab. Put your hand down. Fill the water
go right. Grab rail because I'm goofy. That's how I surf.
Yeah. That's how I go.
Okay, so after all is said and done, you had an amazing career. You've accomplished what you wanted. What do you think is a legacy that you hope to leave?
Man, that's a good question. Like I said, I think the self journey is always rewarding. But I feel like the impact you have on people means more. I guess they both will be maybe equally rewarding, but I know that the impact you have on people means more, at least to me. And I think for me, going back to the keeping it aloha is just someone who is authentic, someone who is real, authentically himself, who wasn't afraid to be different, someone who had an insane belief in himself, and someone who was just looked at life with like a limitless attitude. But yeah, the impact on people means more to me than anything else. And everything that comes with it is just perks, and I'm grateful for it. But yeah, that's probably what I do. What I think. Yeah.
If you could give yourself a compliment, what would you say to yourself?
I actually give myself a lot of compliments.
Nice, that's good. It's good.
I think people from Hawaii should do that more.
Yeah,
we need to do that.
Yeah,
more.
we had a clip with Aloha Mahone. He was saying like how we always talk down like if I give you a compliment, hey, you a good football player, like and you're like nah, not that good. Yeah, we do that too much. Yeah,
no, that's real. Like, like you said, we're warriors. Like that's where we come from. That's the root of us. Like, but like keeping aloha, like all that stuff, you can't mistake aloha for weakness. Like, we have to be able to look at, you know, a brother like you or a sister, whoever it is, and be able to uplift you just as much as, you know, in any situation. Like, that's like the conscious mindset, I think, that will help us all. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And, you know, uplift ourselves.
And uplift,
You know, because we also want to help out and, you know, support others. But it's like, how you going to support yourself, you know?
Yeah.
How you going to
I agree.
talk bad to yourself and not say, like, I'm great. I can do this. I believe in myself. Because that's where it all starts.
Yeah.
Because if you don't believe in yourself and you got all these people saying they believe in you, then you're not going to get far because you don't even believe in yourself.
Yeah. No, for sure. I think that's like it's like a huge hidden thing that can just elevate you, you know? And I think like you said, we downplay ourselves too much. And I've been around athletes from here and in the mainland, and that's just part of our culture. That's like who we are. But that's like something we, as Hawaiians, as Polynesians, as people from Hawaii, like is understanding that like we're powerful people. Like, and so you have to be able to understand that and like know that rootedly of who you are, and it'll only allow you to grow and impact more than you think.
I think as an athlete too, you have a different mindset because you want to be the best, and it doesn't have to border like arrogance or cockiness. You can still be humble and like let your player do the talking, but you can still be like, I'm a dog, you know. I'm him.
Yeah, you have to.
I love listening to the mic'd up, you know, and you like the trash talk and whatever. Like, you can't guard me, or like, you ain't catching this ball, like whatever it is. Like, I love that stuff.
That's the real, like I said, like people, like from Hawaii, like the Hawaii athletes. That's something that I think might need to break out of, like especially in the athletic space. Obviously, you understand who you are, and that is the foundation. But in the athletic space, in career, in life, in self, like breaking out of that, and me understand that, like we're limitless beings, like as Hawaiians, like we're people who our ancestors had connections with the stars, had a relationship with a star, like something as simple as that. Like that's a different frequency. But like that understanding that is like how limitless we can be, because we have a specific connection to the people around us, to the land, to the stars, the moon, the tides, the sun, the ocean, you know. So it's like I like feel like the more I've grown, I've dove deeper into that part of myself of understanding, you know, my blood, my roots, my ancestors, my limitless capability. Although I've kind of built myself that way, I've like dove deeper into that, not just in the football space and athletic space, but life. Like I view myself as like a limitless being. And I think like as Hawaiians, as people of Hawaii, like that conscious mindset of doing that and spreading it to the people around you only empowers, you know, the masses, and it becomes the new consciousness of like who you are. And the people. That.
Go off, King. That's what they say. But if you ever doubt yourself as a Hawaiian or as a person, or even like if you're some sort of Caucasian blood and you come from like a Viking line, a warrior line, like your ancestors were Vikings. Those people were so gnarly. Like think about that. Like you can't do something. Oh, you don't think you can travel alone? Our ancestors traveled just using stars. Like who would have thought just to do that, right?
That's crazy.
We're living on this island and they're like, I want to go out there where I cannot see. I mean, think about the movie Moana, right? It's like, let's just travel and see where we end up. But they did it strategically. But just thinking about that, like how did they even know how to navigate through stars, right?
But I think of those things sometimes and it's like you said, going back to like the roots, like understanding that us as Hawaiians, as people, as humans, we're spiritual people, especially Hawaiians, like we're spiritual people first before the physical. So the physical manifests after, but like spiritually, that's who we are. So like that goes back to the limitless mindset and like conscious mindset of that. Like spiritually, it's infinite. Like physically, I can only do so much, but the transfer of that from physical, spiritual to the physical, like happens when you understand. Like I'm a limitless being. I'm a spiritual person who has connections with the ocean, the water, this plant, this wind, the food that I partake. Like you know what I mean? Like all of those different things. I feel like that spiritual aspect is something that's huge.
Yeah, I mean anthropomorphism. That's like a big part of the Hawaiian culture is like having these inanimate objects or thinking that they have life, they have a real spirit. And like you said, Hawaiians are spiritual people. Go back to when the story of Ha'aloha, like putting the stillborn baby was planted in the ground, out sprouted the first kalo, and you know they had another kid and they named it Ha'aloha Nakalau Kapalili, which is like the first Hawaiian, you know, in that mythology. So like our ancestors is the literal earth, is the literal taro plant.
Sheesh.
You know, so like when you think of stuff like that, it makes you just appreciate our culture, and it gives you a profound understanding of who we are. So yeah, the thing is, like, if you ever doubt yourself, think about your ancestors. Think about the things that our great grandparents had to do to get to Hawaii, or you know, even further than that, like how they just survived,
right,
so that you could get here one day.
And I think that's like important too, because I think especially nowadays in the world we live, like sometimes like being here, I think, and maybe I can speak to some people or maybe a lot of people. Like I know people like this. I have family members who feel this way, like feeling trapped, like that feeling trapped here with a lot of or limited, like I'm saying, like to the limitless, like feeling limited here in Hawaii, like living, cost of living. You could say a bunch of things. Government, you could see all the different things that's factored into it. Like I think like what you said, like understanding that as people, that alone will like allow so much change. Like just that concept alone. Like if you start with that and let everything else flow after that, like I think it'll change into that limitless being, those understanding of self, of people, of my surroundings, the consciousness of that.
Yeah. I think we have to find like our way out. And when I say the way out is like the way to make it. So, your way out, your way to, find success in life or leave the island, but, be financially successful, whatever it is, however people's way out is. Like yours was through football. Mine is through business. Somebody else is through something else, I feel like, yes, it's hard. Life is hard. It's hard to live in Hawaii. But if you have a limitless mindset, you're going to figure out what you got to do to get by. And not even just to get by, to thrive, to like have a good life.
Right.
And that's the fun thing about entrepreneurship is like you're just trying to figure out problems. You got to try to figure out how to, make this thing work, how to make your vision come to life. And, there's struggles, of course. It was a struggle just to make it to the NFL. Yeah. But you made it. Yeah. And I don't think people they don't stick with it. Yeah. They give up too early,
Just at that moment where you know what I mean? That's usually, if it's scary, if it hurts, if it, that's going. The moment.
Yeah. Like, that's how you know you're supposed to be doing that.
That's the moment where you push through it. Yeah. And on the other side of it, it could take you forever. Like if I was too scared to just call my dad and say, Dad, I don't know, like I want to go, but I don't think I'm gonna just stay the safe route, the military. You know what I mean? Like doors would have been shut, and like, you know what I mean? And look how like things have turned out, and it's with a lot of help, a lot of moving parts. But like that's the moment you just gotta push through.
Yeah, it's lean into it. Lean into that fear.
It. Yeah, go for it.
My motto these days is if something scares me or I feel like maybe I have some sort of doubt, like I don't want to do it, then I do it even more. It makes me want to do it more because I'm like, okay, well, I have to conquer this. Yeah, even if it seems scary. Yeah, because it's okay to be scared. It's okay to have fear. Okay. You get fearful. I'm sure if you're lining up against Derrick Henry, that's some big brother.
That's a big boy.
Hey, it might be a little scary, but you still push through. Hey, you lean into it.
My shoulder might get readjusted, but I'm coming downhill.
Hey, pain is temporary, glory's forever. Yeah. What is what NFL player hits the hardest, you think?
Hits the hardest?
In your opinion?
It's got to be a linebacker. Well, I can only speak on experience that I've played with. This is a guy that I played with, and actually they just re-signed him. His name is Denzel Perriman. This brother, about my height, bowling ball. My rookie year, this is a whole nother story now. My rookie year, welcome to the NFL moment, was him playing against we were playing against the Jets, and I was special teams at this time, so I wasn't playing no defense. And he's playing middle linebacker. Like they ran like a toss sweep to his side. And their big tackle, I think it was Orlando Brown or Trent Brown or something.
Yeah. Some solid guy.
6'8", like 375. And this dude, 5'11", ran through his face and knocked him out the game. And I was like, yeah, this league stuff is crazy. I don't know about this. This league stuff is crazy. But I'll say Denzel Perriman. And he's back with the Chargers.
Nice. So awesome.
Freaking happy.
What about your personal welcome to the NFL moment?
My personal? I don't know. I don't know if I had like a personal like.
You got ran over,
Yeah,
or you
like
got your
no,
ankles broken or something?
no, I never really hit that point. Um, well, I guess I got one. It wasn't something that like was super like whoa or something. I never got ran over or nothing. We were playing against the Cowboys. I think it was like my second year, and Tyron Smith, the left tackle who had like an elbow brace or a knee brace on his elbow, massive guy. Like his arms are so big, it's like as big as my legs are bigger. He
Dang,
has
that's
to wear a
crazy.
knee brace on his elbow. And
That's nuts. I didn't know
I
that.
was coming downhill one time and he was pulling around the corner, and I swear he was getting bigger as he was coming closer, and I was like, oh my gosh. And that's when I kind of froze for a second. And I think I just like dodged him or like waited for people to come. I ain't gonna lie, I did that, guys. I did that. I was that guy in that moment. It was a business decision. It was a business decision.
That's funny.
Well, yeah, that was crazy.
Hey, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Because when you gave me that reference and you pointed to your thigh, I'm like, I can't imagine somebody's bicep or arm being that big.
It's crazy.
That's insane. Yeah. Dang.
That was probably it there.
Okay. Well, okay, to finish the first question I asked you, what would you compliment yourself?
Yeah, sorry, we went way
No,
off.
no worries, I love it.
My favorite compliment, or
like what's something you'd compliment yourself about?
It's gotten, over the years has changed. Like I do this all the time. I compliment myself all the time. I think for me is like being a guy who's always willing to push through those hard moments. Like I compliment myself for the perseverance. Like a
you're
lot.
tough, Alohi.
Yeah, like you're one of those guys. Like you do things that not a lot of people can do. Like you're special. Like you're valuable to yourself, to many others. Like I think that's something I constantly try to remind myself, because at times I get lost in those as well. Like I'm human, but yeah, like I'm valuable. Like I'm special. I'm built something and I've grown, and like my growth is something I compliment myself. Like I'm a learner, so like I want to learn. I try to have that open mindset to be a learner. Like that's something that I think is a great quality of mine. But I just try to constantly remind myself that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's odd. Do you have anything that you're scared of?
Scared of? I was really scared of my dad growing up.
Sounds like every Polynesian kid growing up.
Right. Not a lot of things I'm scared of, but my dad's hands is like concrete. Like I don't know what it is, but the old timers, they got the hands, like the open hands is harder than the punches. Like
did he played football, everything growing up too, wrestling?
Yeah, like he played D1. Oh, he played D1 AA, Southern Utah.
Okay.
Graduated from Kamehameha schools. He did the whole deal, but
yeah, that's the old man strength.
Right, yeah, it's still there.
Yeah.
Pretty nuts.
That's crazy because it reminds me of my uncle, Derek Kaneshiro. He was a Kaiser grad. Your dad might know because he was like a legend over there. Wow. Derek Kaneshiro. I'm just like this short, like maybe he's like 5'6" Asian guy, but like jacked. Like I remember growing up because he was my dad's best friend and he married my auntie, so he's my uncle. He would come to Oahu to visit in the summers, and he would tickle us. Oh. And the tickle, like when his fingers felt like concrete, like metal, like we're not even laughing, we're crying at this point. It was so sore. Like even shaking his hand, it was like, oh, like how your dad's hand probably felt. Yeah. And they're probably around the same generation. So something in the water that they was drinking back then.
They're doing something.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Oahu football that back then was crazy. Yeah. That was like the Rich Miano years, like Cowley, Rodney. There was that era. Yeah.
Big time ball.
Yeah. Okay. So right now, in your career, what's the number one thing that you're proud of, or what is like the proudest moment of your career right now?
Proudest moment of my career. I'd say getting drafted was probably up there for sure. Reason being is, and I'm sure this is on social media as well, like I was crying after I got drafted. And the reason why I was crying is because I had an overflow of emotions of all the things that I went through. And going to Navy, not being a high recruit, 0 star, like a last second Navy pick, going to Annapolis or going to Newport, Rhode Island, going through boot camp twice, taking that risk to leave and going to Notre Dame, and constantly having this insane belief in myself, and to see it come to action, it was like it was one of those feelings I could never like replicate. Like that was probably one of the best feelings I've ever felt. It was better than signing my second contract.
Yeah,
for sure. Like, because in that moment it was like a deep sigh of relief of like, you did it. Like all those small decisions that you made, of being alone, in dark places when nobody was there for you, or nobody, or in those moments where you were doing it alone and making those decisions, all those accumulated decisions into one moment was probably where I would like gain this level of like respect and like love for myself, because it was like, bro, like you did it, so
that's awesome. Well, I'm proud of you. I've had moments like that, and I hope that everybody gets a moment like that in their life, because it's the greatest feeling. I had a couple of times it was like getting into the Peace Corps, because it's like getting that. I describe it because I cried when I found that I was accepted. I called my mom. It's just like getting that one thing that you just always wanted, or like say like tomorrow I just really want to get Korean barbecue. There's nothing in the world that I want more than Korean barbecue. Right. Nothing's gonna stop me from getting Korean barbecue, and I finally get it, and it's like that the feeling of like it's happiness on another level.
Yeah,
like
100%.
And especially if it's something that you work towards, like in 2020, I paid off $50,000 student loans in 1 year, just doing a bunch of odd jobs and documenting it, everything. So like when I did my final student loan payment, like I got emotional because I'm like, I woke up every single day, did all kind of different things, deliveries, yard work, dressing up as Buzz Lightyear for kids' birthday party, like whatever it was. And then finally, like hitting that thing, just like you, just getting drafted and thinking back to like all the hardship that you had to go through just to get there, all the sacrifices, all the no's you had to say no to, like, hey, you want to go hang out? Sorry, cannot.
A lot of no's.
You want to go on this trip? Sorry, cannot. And then when you get it, it's like I don't know, you don't play video games, but it's like when you open the treasure and it's like it's like shiny, whatever. You get that loot. Yeah, so I hope everybody gets a moment like that in their life.
Me too.
Yeah, whether that's the person that you want, the career that you want. Yeah.
Could be anything.
Yeah. So that's awesome. I'm glad you shared that. What is something that you wish people knew about you that they don't?
Knew about me that they don't. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I feel like for me, I was like that kid who, made different decisions like growing up. And sometimes people might look at it like, oh, he's like the goody two-shoe kid, or like, oh, he's just Alohi doing this and that, or acting like he's better than most people. Like, and I've accomplished so many great things in my career so far, and it's just the beginning. But I think one thing that I want people to know is like, I've failed so many times and made so many mistakes, and I'm not perfect. And people may pursue me on media or through sports. Like, I am on a similar but different journey as the people that I come across on. I am just as human as everyone that I come around. And it's not that I get mad at people or this or that for the things that, my interactions with people, but just understanding that like like for me, like I'm just like all those other local boys. Like I was literally that person, like running around on the fields who wanted to do all these things. Like, and I've made so much mistakes to get to where I'm at. So understanding that I'm just same local boy as the people around me, and like I'm human, I've made mistakes, and that is something that is me.
Yeah,
you know. But yeah,
I love that. That's something that I share with people when I do talks, or they ask me what have I learned from the podcast. Is I say, no matter how many followers they have, no matter how much money they have, the people that I talk to when they come on, they all got the same problems as us.
Yeah.
You know, we all make mistakes. We all fail. We're all insecure about something.
Yeah.
You know, and we're all just human.
Yeah.
So I think that's something that people got to remember. It's just, you know, you got social media, you got, you know, thousands, millions of followers, and you're put on this pedestal, and people see your successes, your highlights.
Yeah.
They think, you know, it's like a godly figure. Like, probably when you go, they're like, oh, that's Alohi, the NFL player. But like, nah, this is just Alohi, the Laie boy. Like, I'm just trying to go jump in the water real quick and go eat some food, you know?
Yeah, for real.
So it's interesting how people's perception of you can, you know, be different than how you perceive yourself.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. So if you could give one piece of advice for the young Keiki growing up that want to pursue football or, you know, something big in their career, like what would you tell them?
For all the Keiki, like, I feel like there's so much good answers to this question, so it's kind of hard. But at least for me, growing up and reflecting on my journey and my childhood, is really kind of going back to the self piece. But I think what I mean by that is there's a power in deciding who you are as a person, or even if it's anything. If I want to make the best Korean barbecue, back to the Korean barbecue, like there's power in decision and choice, and there's a power in your words. So whatever people decide to do, there's a true power in that. And I think for kids, for adults, for everyone, for all of us, like being able to decide and being strong in that and committing to those decisions, like I think you can be amazed on the things that you'll be able to accomplish when you make that decision. That's all it takes. It just takes a decision, just like that. You could be in the NFL. You could have your own restaurant. You could be a singer. You could be the next great doctor, or be the next mayor of Hawaii, or whatever, you know? Well, yeah.
Just gotta do them.
Just gotta do it.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. So before we end the podcast, I gotta know, what is your life hack? Did
My
you
life
think
hack.
of one?
Yeah. I think for me, there's a couple things. Number one, life hack, going back to the spiritual piece. For me, I've learned that when I am spiritually right with myself, with God, with my relationships with people, everything else falls into place. And I had a mentor of mine, shout out to David Grimes, my strength coach at Notre Dame, who told me a saying, and the saying was, chase the heart of Christ and the rest, and your dreams will follow. And at that time, it was a great thing for me, because I was worried about a lot of other things, NFL, this, that, being an All-American, blah, blah, blah. And my priorities were a little off. And for me, the way I interpreted it was understanding that if I was spiritually right, mentally, physically, my relationships all fall under that, and it all aligned. And when I did that, everything just fell in line. And I can't tell people or ask people, how do I don't have a formula for that, but it's a journey that I think if you prioritize it, the rest of your things will take care of itself. Your dreams will take care of yourself, and it'll fall into place. My second one I want to give is something that I think I've done better than my peers and my peers in Hawaii, college, and the NFL and beyond, like, was this ability to learn, to self-reflect, and to learn faster than everyone around me. So what I used to do growing up, and I started doing this probably like my 8th grade or my freshman year, was I'd take a piece of paper and I would write down, like, who am I?
That's cool.
Question mark. And I would write down who I am. Like, this is who I am. This is who I view myself as. These are my strengths. These are my weaknesses. And now I'll do that for football too. I'm not fast. I'm not strong. I'm not tall. I was a little kid. Like, I'm not as dedicated. And I had this super deep talks with myself, self-reflections. And I do this constantly. And I do this all the time. Like, off season, mid season, a quarter in the season, I reflect again. Like, I do these things, and it allowed me to be like, all right, this is where I'm at. This is where I want to go. I would write it down. This is where I want to go. This is the plan that I'm going to create to try and get there. And this is what I'm going to do and push forward. And I'll do it, and I'll go back to the table, and I would do it again. And I would write myself down. Who am I? What am I doing? Who am I? What are my strengths, weaknesses? And then I would do it again and again and again and again. And eventually people around me and my peers were like, how did you get there? Like, I'm like, bro, how did you learn that? Bro, I learned that 2 years ago. Like, so I had this very open and reflective mindset of constantly reflecting on yourself and allowing myself to be vulnerable in those moments. Like, I'm not very good at this, but I'm going to figure out a way. This is my plan. And make it. And that allowed me, that was one of the key things that I do till this day that separates me from a lot of my peers.
That's so cool. And when you say all this, I'm like, it makes sense, because you seem very self-aware and introspective. Because usually when I have these conversations and we talk about certain things, you can tell people who've sat with themselves, who've been in solitude, who have looked in the mirror and really had like a hard conversation with themselves.
Right.
And it seems like you're somebody who, you know who you are. You know who you are as a son, as a brother, as a partner, as a football player, as an athlete,
right?
As a Hawaiian. So it seems like you're very secure in your identity.
Definitely.
And I just feel like that's the point I'm at right now too, and it's a good feeling, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I think sometimes we kind of push back on those feelings, right? Like that being vulnerable with yourself. Like, I think the mental health is like, or affirmations is a big thing now. But there's a power to also being vulnerable with yourself. Affirmations and all those things is great, but you have to understand where you are. Man, I'm not putting enough work in right now. If I say I'm going to be this person, I got to change something. And that being vulnerable with yourself gives you that power. It almost reignites that power to be like, okay, I'm going to put it back in my hands to be able to go out and accomplish this thing. Because I sat with myself, like you said. I was like, this is where I'm at. This is where I want to go. I'm not happy with this situation, but I'm grateful for the learning. And this is where I want to go. And I'm going to go do it. And I have that decision. Like you said, you're making that decision. And the rest just takes care of itself.
Yep. You guys heard it here first. It's the formula right there. And he said it works 100% of the time. So if it doesn't work, blame him. DM Alohi. Or what? No. What is your Alohi G? What is
Alohi _G.
Alohi _G. DM hate messages if it doesn't work for you. Yeah. Try exactly what he said out. And if it doesn't work for you, blame him.
Block.
Do you have to block people?
I've had it before.
I love blocking people these days. It's so fun.
I've been on the unfollow thing though too.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, from my podcast side, because we get all kind of crazy messages. Because we post so many different conversations and videos. And people disagree with anything you say. So my favorite thing is like I love it when they leave a super long message, like very detailed. Like they probably took a long time to write it out. Like, well, delete, and then block. I'm like, well, that was easy. And then I get on with the rest of my day.
That's funny. I would have never thought that.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, we got. because here in the podcast, we keep it aloha, we keep it real, you know?
Yeah.
So we talk about whatever. And a lot of times people don't agree with what the guest says. Sometimes they don't agree with what I say.
Yeah.
And like what you mentioned in the beginning, like it's not right and wrong. It's just like we're just sharing perspective. We're just sharing opinions, whatever. But you know, some people, they're kind of bored with their life. So
yeah,
they're keyboard warriors. So
there's a lot of it that I've come across.
Yeah.
Shout out to the keyboard warriors, the Twitter coaches. Shout out to all of that.
Oh, I mean, as an athlete, yeah, criticism is like part of your life, right?
It's unreal.
Yeah, I think what episode was it? A couple episodes ago, I compared all the people who are like in the comment sections criticizing everybody as the people who are just watching sports from their couch that's never played ever, and they're like, oh, I would have caught that. How could you miss that tackle?
Throw the ball.
Exactly, those are the people in the comments. Never been in that position before. They think they can do it, and they're just complaining.
It's crazy.
That's what it is.
It's a crazy world out there. I've come across it. I have to tell my sisters to relax.
Oh yeah,
because you know, like family, bro, they get
defended for you. Yeah.
They're battling. They're like, hey, it's okay.
Yeah.
They're on the couch.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Exactly.
It's all love.
The people who are doing successful things, who are actually accomplishing things of value, they're not in the comment section.
Yeah,
you're doing something. You're playing an NFL game.
Yeah,
you know.
Hey,
unless you're in the locker room halftime, you're like
halftime.
You're responding, you stupid mother.
Stupid. I'm gonna go catch an interception just for you right now.
Yeah.
That would be kind of legendary.
Yeah, that would be crazy. You like somebody comments something on Twitter, you respond back at halftime.
Yeah.
And then you intercept it or something. Yeah. And then you go to the camera, you're like, this is for you, Steve _ 1749.
17, that'd be funny. Maybe I like write it on the ball and put it in the camera. Like
that'd be cool. It's like how the people score touchdowns and they got like a celebration or something planned. That's awesome.
I need a new I need like a iconic celebration.
That so we know like that, like how Ray Lewis had the
like a certain thing. Like
yeah.
I need a Hawai'i one though, for real. Like
just you ever seen the KHON2 Shaka Cam? Just stand for like 30 seconds and just have somebody play music and you just go like this and you just get more awkward as time goes on.
Well, what's the other commercial? Shopo. Thank you, Shopo.
Yeah, that's the police or something. Yeah.
Thank you, Shopo. You just sit in there and just all the kids.
That'd be so funny. You just get you go like a free safety blitz. You sack the quarterback and you're just standing there like
if
so
you know,
awkward.
You know. Thank you, Shopo.
Well, what do you usually do? You kind of just like when you do something.
No, I mean, what do you do? I do a bunch of different things, but like, I feel like I want like an iconic one, like something that represents me, or like
triple backflip,
gainer.
Climb up to the goalpost and gainer off.
I'll figure it out.
Okay. I'm gonna be looking for it. You have an off season to think about it.
I gotta figure that out.
You're gonna get back to a preseason, a training camp. They're gonna be like, so Alohi, what have you been working on?
I'm working on my celebrations. My iconic. I have 4 down. I need to cut it down to 2 now.
That'd be so funny.
That would be really funny.
Oh yeah, you have a nickname?
Well, my family, like our like nickname or squad is called the Gila Killers.
Oh, that's cool. The Gila Killers.
So a lot of people like who like in the spaces, like at Notre Dame, they used to call me the Gila Killer. Navy, and then some. I think as last year, it's starting to come out more. Gila Killer.
The Gila Killer.
Gila Killer. But that's really cool. My family, like my whole family, been named like that's like our thing. The Gila Killers.
Okay. Flying Hawai'i. Shane Victorino.
I can't. Yeah, Shane. I can't.
But they're gonna say anybody who's wearing Flying Hawai'i because it rhymes.
I cannot respect OG. That's Shane.
Yeah.
Someone said that. I was like, can't.
Huh. We're gonna be thinking.
Someone said Hawaiian Hitman.
Hawaiian Hitman. Okay, that's not bad.
That's a good one.
The Hawaiian Hitman.
Hawaiian Hitman's pretty good.
Gila Gilman's Island, like Revis Island.
No, I can't do
Gilman's
that.
Island. Huh. Well, leave some comments.
Yeah, leave
if you
some
guys are
comments,
watching
for
to
sure.
this point.
Need
That's
some
gonna be
help.
interesting. Yeah. What is the fan base? And they gotta have a fan base name too as well.
Yeah.
Or it could be the Gilakillas.
Yeah, I think Gilakilla would be good.
Yeah.
With any like a Sally.
Yeah.
Just like strikes it, like maybe
could be like a surfing
Soul
one.
Surfer.
Yeah. It could be a surfing one. Yeah. That's kind of cool. That's they would think that's Hawaiian.
Yeah,
that's
Hawaiian
actually pretty cool. Yeah. Well, I kind of like that.
Maybe we.
Because they'll know, like, oh, that's the Hawaiian Alohi Gilman with the sack or with the pass deflection. Yeah.
On it.
And if you have score a touchdown, you can plan it with your team. They could be like the waves.
Make the wave.
You could like paddle, jump up, and then they could like go.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah.
It's a lot of coordination right there.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out.
Yeah,
that's what this offseason.
We're gonna see you guys on Hard Knocks. they're gonna be like all this serious conversation with Jim Harbaugh and everybody, and then it's gonna pan to just a bunch of DBs doing this weird Hawaiian surfing celebration.
It'll be a not top 10 ESPN.
Yeah. Would you want to be in Hard Knocks? I think you guys.
Yeah, my rookie year we were on Hard Knocks, but it was COVID, so it was really weird.
Yeah.
I didn't get much screen time though.
I feel like you guys.
It's tough.
They also because they have the preseason one, and then have the in-season one.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, training camp and then in season.
Do they tell you at all? Or?
Yeah, they tell you. Like you see them around.
Or like before, like, hey, you guys are gonna be on Hard Knocks.
I think the in-season one's pretty random, and they end up like.
You guys might be. You guys might.
I feel like it'll probably be a good one.
Yeah.
Hardball.
New team.
Maybe I can get more screen time.
Yeah.
Last time I didn't get no screen time.
Yeah.
I didn't get it. It's okay.
Well, here we go. This is the season. Yeah. Do you watch that stuff?
I used to, not as much anymore.
I love the Detroit Lions one.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. I heard it was good though.
Yeah.
They got a good team.
Yeah. Okay, well, conversation.
That was good.
Great way to end the podcast. I just have my last fast Fave 5 questions.
Okay.
So these are just rapid fire answers. Okay. Favorite airplane snack?
Airplane snack?
Yeah. Or travel snack, because sometimes you guys take buses.
Oh, travel snack. I used to do there's a place next to me that I always used to get acai bowls. So I'll get an acai bowl before I get on the plane. Whack an acai bowl.
Nice. Do you have a favorite place here?
I don't, not really. But I'm on the North Shore. There's
they
like
got
bonsai
so many
bowls and
Haleiwa bowls.
Yeah, Haleiwa bowls. There's all kinds.
Yeah. Where else is really good?
Probably bonsai or Haleiwa bowls.
Yeah, I think bonsais. Where's that food truck? Crispy Grinds.
Crispy Grinds.
The
Brazilian.
Yeah, the Brazilian
style.
one. Nalu Health Bar.
Nalu, yeah.
Yeah, I love Stordos.
Stordos
is mean. I was there a couple weeks ago.
Spot. That's my mom's spot.
Yeah, that place is mean. I love their dressing. Okay, favorite stadium to play in that's not SoFi?
Chiefs.
Arrowhead?
Yeah, Arrowhead.
Well, just good crowd.
They're so loud. And they do the tomahawk chop.
Oh, that's cool.
And I'm from Koku, so
Oh yeah.
It's pretty.
They're like,
pretty
wow, they're cheering for me.
Yeah,
and they're just saying, "F you."
Yeah,
Charge.
they're like throwing hot dogs at me. Like, what's going on?
Okay, favorite hobby outside of football?
Probably surfing.
Yeah, surfing. Okay, what about outside of surfing?
Pickleball.
Oh, nice. Everybody's getting into pickleball. You didn't get into golf because everybody also got into golf.
I didn't get into it too heavy, but I play golf, but not a lot. Like I'm not on that itch yet,
Yeah. A lot of my friends around my age, they all got into golf like sometime after the pandemic. It was either pickleball or golf.
Yeah.
Okay, favorite way to recharge?
Ocean.
Ocean.
The ocean, anything outside nature.
Okay, favorite NFL player right now?
Right now, I love Alohi Gilman.
Hey,
number 32 for the Chargers. They just re-signed him. Good pick. 2-year deal. Awesome. Solid. He'll be back for more though.
Nice. Was Weddle 32 as well?
Weddle was 32.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. How come 32?
For me?
Yeah.
Honestly, when I got drafted, they had gave me like 3 different numbers to choose from, and it was like 47, like 29, and I was like, 32. I like Eric Weddle. So
yeah.
I didn't have much options.
Okay.
6th rounder, you know. I didn't
Well,
like
32 with the Chargers makes sense because Weddle is a legend over there.
Legend, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's all we got for you today. Just want to say mahalo for coming on, talking stories, driving all the way into town.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you want to share before we wrap up? If not, tell us where we can find you.
Yeah, I mean, nothing too much. I'm really grateful to be a part of this. This is awesome. I'm gonna give you your flowers and Jordan and the squad for Keep It Aloha Pod is something I feel like is really growing and sharing different perspectives of people. And your message is super awesome. So you know, I appreciate you and keep doing good things, spreading the aloha, keeping it aloha.
Yeah, trying to.
And much love.
Yeah. We'll try to catch a game in person one day.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll do a little jersey swap.
We can do that.
Yeah,
we can make it happen.
Yeah,
for sure.
I gotta choose which Keep It Aloha shirt I want to bring to the game. All right. Well, where can we find you?
Instagram, Alohi_G.
Okay, cool. Find them, support them. Don't send him any hate messages or he's going to block you. But mahalo Alohi for joining us on the Keep It Aloha podcast. Spread love, be kind to one another, and mahalo for listening to us today. We have new episodes every Thursday, so make sure you follow us and leave a review. I'm your host, Kamak. And remember to always keep it aloha. Right on.
Yes, sir.
Oh, no, you got to do that. What is it?
Should I be like...
Oh, that's actually cool. Yeah. That's sick.